Yo, what's up, guys? I've seen a lot of people ask about how to send contracts, right? So I want to spend a little bit of time just going over that. Since I have a brand new plane here in my airport, I can show you exactly how you could send a request. So first off, contracts with other players are great because you automatically start at the highest level for rewards. You start with the 10 handlings. And the 10 handlings, they give you more silver planes and more XP than a contract at a lower level, right? I like player contracts as well because you get to play World of Airports with another player. So you get to build an ongoing connection. You can handle the plane whenever you want. Where before 2.0, you only had a 4-hour window to handle a plane. Now you can handle a plane whenever. So that's pretty cool. By the way, if you're looking for contracts, join the Fat Airlines Discord. We got contracts in there. I also want to let you know why contracts with other players can be bad. Because you need to wait for the other player to handle your plane before getting your plane back. It could be bad if you're not familiar with another player's playtime or time zone, which is why I kind of limit the number of contracts I do with a brand new player to me until I build a reputation with them. You can send contracts to other players when you have a plane that's in your fleet that can go to another playable airport. So we have this B789 here. The chocks are being put on. You gotta let it get to the airport. You gotta assign it a stand. You gotta wait for it to get to the gate. Once it's done and at the gate, you'll see an option that'll show up real quick that says to assign a contract. So once you hit assign a contract, it'll show you all the airports that this plane can go to on its current configuration. So you can reconfigure the plane by going into the fleet menu. You can see up here, this is for 299 economy seats, 13 business seats, and 10 first class seats. So this plane can go to Muscat, it can go to Nagoya, it can go to San Diego. I configured this plane for San Diego, so we're gonna take a look at San Diego here. Oh, by the way, you can tell which planes or which airports are playable because they're the blue ones, all right? So when you look at the airports, the blue ones are the playable airports. The gray ones are non-playable. The cool thing is, you see all the non-playable airports, you have to pay for the contract, but when you go into a playable airport, you don't have to pay. If you select a playable airport, it gives you two options, right? You can ask for a contract connection with the preferred player. This is where you type in their name in here. So you could type in their name and you could send a request. And then you have to wait for the other player to accept the request. You saw how earlier today I was in here. Does somebody want to send me a request so I can show you guys how they accept a request? Essentially, yeah, you just go in here, you type in the player's name, you hit send request, then the other player has to accept the request in order for it to for the connection to start. You also have this option to make a contract with playable airport regardless of player. And this is what you'll get when you do a random contract. So when you go into the contracts here and you click on random player arrival, that means this player has this plane going from their Innsbruck to LHR on that sort of contract, the one that's regardless of player. So that's how people are randomly getting your plane by selecting this option. There's passenger limits and there's cargo limits on this option. Now, once you exceed that limit, or once you hit that limit, then you have to start paying gold planes in order to continue sending contracts with playable airport regardless of player. Otherwise, it doesn't cost you anything. Player contracts, when you name the player, preferred player, they don't cost you anything. There's no limits. You can send an unlimited amount of planes to contract connection with the preferred player. The only limit is your contract capacity. You need to still have contract capacity for you to send a plane or for you to receive a plane. Either way, you need a contract capacity for it. You'll need a contract slot no matter which option you choose. So once you type in the player name, they're gonna get an option to approve it. Once they approve it, they'll accept the incoming contract and then you can begin handling the plane. In this case, I'm gonna send this plane as a random arrival and then boom, now I can start handling the plane and it's gonna start, as soon as we're done handling, it's gonna start traveling to that airport in about, let's say, in about 2.5 hours. If somebody's at San Diego and they hit random arrival, you have a possibility to handle my B789 from my LHR to your San Diego. So it'll travel to other players' airports. It'll wait to be handled there before the plane returns to your airport. If it's a player, named player, if it's on a random contract, it's going to just automatically come back. Your plane can't be held hostage by a random player, so you don't have to worry about that. You can cancel the contract by flipping the card over. Let me show you what a plane that is. Yeah, here we go. You can cancel a contract by hitting cancel by flipping the plane card over, and you can only sell a fleet plane if there's no contract on the plane. So let me see. I don't think I have any planes that I want to cancel right now, so I can't show you that right now, but maybe we'll get a picture of that for everybody else. Nice. So yeah, that's how you set up contracts with your own fleet planes. If you want to accept the contract, you just go into contracts at the bottom, and then you see these requests coming in. You could take a look at the card, you could see where it's coming from, you could see how much money you're gonna make. Essentially, when I sent that request to Fat Airlines, this is what it looks like on their end. It just says accept or X. The X just sends the plane back, or it cancels the request. The person who's requesting it is just gonna have to assign a contract again to somebody else. Once you hit accept, for Mickey Mouse, for example, that plane is now eligible to be handled immediately. Well, same thing with Easy Nuts here. I accepted it. They can handle that plane immediately and start sending me that plane ASAP as well. So that's really cool. I really like doing player contracts because it's a fast way to kind of get to that 10 handlings where you get the biggest rewards. Very cool playing with other players because you start to understand, how they play, and you kind of get an idea. Like it was like a week where I didn't see Hammy's planes for a while, but I think Hammy was on vacation that week, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. I hope you're enjoying your vacation, Hammy. So it's like little things like that where I notice it, and then it's like, oh, cool. I remember Hammy told me they were going on vacation, and it's just a good time. We both get rewards. If it's your own fleet plane, you're gonna get bigger, more wallers for it. Really, really cool. I like playing with other players, and that's why I always say do player contracts.